Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back, and it is time for another Starcraft 2 1 vs 1 replay cast. Today we are on the map New Repugnancy. We have got ourselves a Terran versus Protoss, but of course, it's an AlphaStar video because every other day, for now anyway, is AlphaStar Day. We are getting very close to getting into the final stretch of AlphaStar at this point. I can see that there's maybe 10 or less replays, and a couple of long, lower iterations of AlphaStar matches that I thought would be fun to cast. Save a couple of those for the end. And so anyway, in the bottom left, we've got none other than AlphaStar, who, interesting gas building there. It's like probe went for it, then it didn't, then it did. I wonder what that's all about. I'm not going to read too much into that. But yeah, then we've got this Brave Diamond player going to be trying to take down this AI. So far the probe's being a bit of a jerk, but that is not unique to AlphaStar. And yeah, good to be casting AlphaStar as per usual. Regardless of what I gotta do in my day, I always try and make some time, sit down. It's nice and relaxing to watch some Starcraft. I do wish that I could play some more Starcraft. I do miss streaming for you guys. And I will be streaming the ESL Pro Tour Cups coming up soon. So probably expect those on Monday. It'll probably be the later cup, the America's Cup, because I can't be awake that early to do the European one since I get off work at like 4 AM. But now anyway, we have got ourselves a Reaper on the way for the Diamond player. A Reaper after an SPV Scout, interestingly enough. This is, I guess, just to be extra safe. I mean, I'm not sure why you'd really go for this timing as the Terran. Like, an SCV Scout is not something that's uncommon in TVP, particularly in the proxy meta as of late that Protoss have been going for. However, this timing, just a little bit before the Reaper, is a little bit more unique, but I guess it makes sense if he is going to be scouting out everywhere else. The Reaper going to be checking all those locations. Never trust a Protoss, particularly when you're in Diamond League, because you'll like walk outside your front door and then all of a sudden there'll be like 19 cannons and shield batteries. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, seeing as how this Reaper has got about he's got about 5 trust for this Protoss. 5 out of 100 trust. So let's try and go for 5 likes on this video. I'm really running out of ideas on this one. But anyway, this Terran player, he's got a thumbs up in my book because we've got a bunker up, which is what I like to see. He raises the depots in time. The Adept is actually going to be able to kill an SCV though. Nicely done. Maybe even be able to get a second one who's already a little bit softened up from that probe harassment earlier on. It takes more than 2 Marines to kill an Adept, so this is actually looking a little bit sour for the Terran player. However, the Adept does shade on out. The Reaper could potentially find her, but AlphaStar actually kind of tucks the Adept into the corner, shades her in again, but the game is going to continue on here. The Adept, is she going to complete the shade this time? No, she won't. The Terran player is going for a very standard opening. Widowmine into the main base to defend against the Oracle. Got the bunker at the front. Yeah, this is actually a very common build that the Terran player is doing. But then the same can be said for AlphaStar. So yeah, let's take a look here. We have got the Oracle on the way. First or second Oracle, that is, pardon me. Followed up by a Medivac and a Widowmine for the Diamond player. So AlphaStar going to be having to dodge against Widowmine drops, and I'm not sure how effective Widowmine drops are against AlphaStar. That would be something that would be cool to experiment with. These Adepts, by the way, a little bit overcommitted. Into the main base, the Oracle hasn't met that Widowmine yet. Mines have got shots off. Oh, the Oracle wants to go in, but AlphaStar is aware of that. But yeah, I was actually just thinking, we'd never really see too many Widowmine drops against AlphaStar. I'd say that's probably partially because the AI eventually goes for Phoenix. But I would really like to see... Whoa, look at that! The Phoenix lifting up the Reaper actually lifted up the rocks, too. Whoa, that's interesting. But yeah, I've never seen or it's been a while since I've seen AlphaStar take a Widowmine drop, so I'd like to see how well it reacts to it, and then throw into the equation the burrowed, or the tunneling claw Widowmines, which are extra quick. That would be something that would be cool to see. Oracle's gonna fly on in, but then they quickly get deterred by that Widowmine. AlphaStar can detect things like a Widowmine based off the line that it has. And so now we take a look. The Terran player just gonna be getting up a third CC, which the AI has indeed spotted. And so just a very strong macro play from the Diamond player. AlphaStar does have its third base on the way, reasonably timed. Not the quickest, not the latest. These SCVs that are building barracks could actually be in a little bit of trouble. 4 barracks, all of a sudden, very, very exposed. All the SCVs gonna go down, so that's quite a bit of damage by AlphaStar. Gonna be shutting down the production for a little bit. For a little bit longer. And so now SCVs have to be transferred to these barracks, gotta finish those up if you're the Diamond player. So he's gonna get more on those, but he's gotta make sure he's constantly producing SCVs, and at least he's doing that. Because he's already lost a few. He's at 35 workers to AlphaStar's 53, which is not that good. Widowmine once again shooing away AlphaStar. It feels like the AI is never going to make that human mistake of flying into a Widowmine. Or not at least this time anyway. But yeah, things are looking pretty good for AlphaStar. The Diamond player is going to be powering up as well as he can. I mean, he's got a pretty decent economy still. He's got his eBays on the way, so he'll be able to start his 2-2. He's making tanks, making Vikings, but we are going to have to wait a little bit before he gets up that stim pack, that combat shield, everything else that's good. All the while, the Oracles and Phoenix for AlphaStar are just flying around, being expertly controlled, basically ensuring that the Terran player can't really go for anything. And oh, his Vikings got to be careful. Oh no, not being defended. And Oracle actually does go down to the Marines, though, so that was probably a worthwhile trade. All the while, AlphaStar going to be playing this Phoenix Colossus style. No charge or anything for the Protoss player, just a lot of Colossus. Just some Phoenix to help defend them. The Terran player, he's getting up turrets to ensure his natural base is defended, or his main base is defended. I do like this. Some players will just kind of neglect that, and then all of a sudden the Phoenix or the Oracles fly in at an odd time and give you a very bad time. Marine's starting to get lifted up is never a good sign for the Terran player. Widowmine does actually connect with one of the Phoenix. AlphaStar kind of getting pushed into that mine a little bit by the Diamond player. I am starting to get a little bit concerned for our Diamond friend, though. If we take a look at the supply, I know, look at the supply. We've got 93 to 128, which is not great for the Terran player. His production has stalled as he's hitting the mother of all supply block. This should definitely be the supply depot drop one. Instead, he's scanning, and scanning twice, interestingly enough. 2 very odd spots, I guess, just seeing this move out. Knows that he's going to be under attack. He should be in a rather good defensive position. Seeing how he's got siege tanks. However, the concern is going to be the fact that he doesn't actually have stim pack yet. He doesn't have his 1-1 yet, whereas AlphaStar's got +1. AlphaStar's got Colossus, and these tanks can very well be lifted up by the Phoenix. If this attack was a couple of seconds later, there'd be stim, but there's no stim for the Diamond player. No stim against Colossus is not good. And so if we take a look, there is going to be disaster for the Diamond player. So his supply is dropping, his tanks all get lifted. There's not that much on the ground for AlphaStar, so much that I think that stim definitely would have made the difference here, but just those barracks delay played very, very nicely into the timing for AlphaStar. Keep in mind those barracks were delayed by the Oracles, and that basically meant no stim for the Diamond player in time for the timing attack, and AlphaStar totally just wrecked face there. Well done, AlphaStar. Okay, so here we are into our second match. It's gonna be Alpha Terran this time, taking on a Diamond Protoss. The map is New Repugnancy. Very repugnant map. Is that a word, repugnant? That's a good question. It's one of the things while casting, like, you don't really think of the proper way to use a word until you're actually saying it, and then it's like, I think that's right. But yeah. Anyway, Alpha Terran gonna be going up against a Protoss. I'm just hoping for some shenanigans. I love to see how AlphaStar reacts to things more so than the builds AlphaStar chooses in a way, because the AI, it tends to have pretty linear builds for the most part, as opposed to when it's reacting to something that's a little bit unorthodox. That's what I prefer to see. So bring on the cheese, basically. And I'm willing to bet that if AlphaStar wasn't actually on a barcode when it was playing on the ladder, like no one really knew they were playing against AlphaStar at the time. And so it makes me wonder, like, if AlphaStar actually played under the AlphaStar ID, would that have just resulted in the AI having the bejeebus cheesed out of it, or people trying to sort of metagame the AI? Now, this Diamond player, interestingly enough, is going to be going for a Cybercore first, with a wall up on the high ground, which is pretty unusual for the TVP matchup. Not completely crazy, but just a little bit unusual. And then just going to be tossing up his Nexus. So there is a command center going up for AlphaStar. And then the Diamond player, I'm guessing, probably just going to be dropping a pylon at the front there. And then maybe he'll be able to build a shield battery with that later on, which I'm honestly a big fan of. If you're at a Diamond level, I think investing in the shield battery is pretty much always worth it. And yeah, let us take a look here. Gateway finished up. Cybercore finished up. Now that pylon's done, the Diamond player can fire up his Stalker. We can take a look at what AlphaStar is up to, but it's pretty much just the usual. Reaper scouting, which is good to see. Paths that AlphaStar takes is always interesting. Just like, just pick some random points. That's kind of along the lines of where I've been cheesed in the past. Now we take a look. There is a factory on the way for the AI, getting right up into a reactor. I'm not sure AlphaStar always goes for a bunker, or if we ever see AlphaStar use bunkers too much in this matchup, as the AI tends to just have those magic holds that it doesn't really need a bunker necessarily. But we take a look. Factory's going to lift off for AlphaStar, potentially land on this reactor, so maybe start making some Hellions. Going to be going for one of those Hellion openings, which it has definitely done in the past. Starport's on the way. And there we go, Hellions are being produced, all the while the Diamond player sending his probe around. Doesn't look like he trusts the Terran too much. Probably looking for a proxy starport, that kind of thing. He's checked to the north. Now the main area is probably to the south, but he's also checked that out, hasn't he? Not completely, but decently. Reaper's being a pain. AlphaStar has already killed off one probe. The Diamond player having that trouble town, as this Reaper is really starting to kill off quite a few probes. AlphaStar has got 2 probes, and 2 is a pretty good number for the Terran player. And oh, there could potentially be another one going down. This is the bane of Diamond players. The Reaper almost gets picked off by the probes, but not quite. And oh, it's getting up to 4 kills. Oh, close your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Close your eyes. This is a disaster, and oh my gosh, AlphaStar's throwing up a fusion core. Is the AI gonna be battlecruiser rushing this poor Diamond player? The Reaper kills off 6 probes, pardon me, holy cow. And then the AI all of a sudden is just gonna be like, yeah, let's just finish this with a battlecruiser. And I think that's actually what we're gonna be seeing, which is a little bit ridiculous, but honestly, I'm all for it. The Reaper jumps back in, it's gonna grab yet another probe. The Diamond player's lost 8 probes versus 1 Hellion and 1 Reaper. That ain't good. That is not good at all for the Diamond player. I think if you're the Diamond player at this point, you just gotta throw up a 3rd Nexus and just try and macro out of it. It's definitely doable, but definitely not a great start. There's a battlecruiser on the way for AlphaStar. Now, I don't believe that AlphaStar has got the best battlecruiser usage, but honestly, it might just be one of those things. The BC teleports across the map. The Diamond player folds like a sack of potatoes. And, yeah, as he's just got the one. Okay, he's getting up 2 more gateways, so he can warp in 3 Stalkers to bolster his ranks for this. Hellion's gonna try and dive on in for AlphaStar. They get repelled. That's a good start. AlphaStar has got Stim Pack on the way behind this, so the casual battlecruiser rush into Stim Pack. Alright. You do you, AlphaStar. Blink is gonna be on the way, almost done for the Diamond player. It probably won't be done in time for this first BC to teleport in, though, so it's just gonna be the very slow pursuit of this battlecruiser. There's no shield batteries up either for the Diamond player, which is quite painful. The Diamond player hasn't thrown up a third base either, so he really can't afford much economic losses. He's gonna engage these Hellions, which is quite good for him. AlphaStar gonna have the battlecruiser teleport into the main base though while this is going on, and all of a sudden the Diamond player says ruh-roh, and all of his other stalkers have to come back here. He doesn't actually throw up his third base, so his economy is just going to get worse and worse. The stalkers are pushing the battlecruiser away. AlphaStar does target down a few probes, but the economy is just in a disastrous state for the Diamond player. He's got to get his probes back to mining. He's got to get a third on the way, but it looks like he's just had enough. And he's going to push into AlphaStar, but that could actually work. Seeing as how the AI doesn't actually have much back at home, these stalkers could just blink on in. There's quite a few Woodamines and a Marauder, but besides that, there is potential for damage to get done by these stalkers. The one sentry coming in to help out, the one Marauder not going to stand against all these stalkers. The blink micro against the mines is going to be part of the question. There's a Woodamine, good dodge there by the Diamond player, actually starting to get some damage done. However, with this battlecruiser popping out, I think that's going to signify the end of the party. The main base isn't really mining much either for the Diamond player, so the stalkers, they're going to have to get out of there. I don't believe they can take on this battlecruiser. They got a little bit of damage done to AlphaStar. The AI actually teleports the BC after the stalkers. Not the best move there, but at least it's trying. The Diamond player, he's yet to get that third base on the way. He hasn't been making probes amidst all this chaos. And he's going to try and engage this BC, try and pick off this Marauder, and maybe he can get a little bit of damage done, but it's still not looking too good for him. Still not looking too hot. AlphaStar is being pressured by these stalkers a little bit. This stalker's going to bait out the one Widowmine shot, dodge that out. However, there's still the battlecruiser, which is a problem. SCV trying to repair the BC. Oh, the stalkers blink underneath, but there's another Widowmine. That's not good. Stalkers doing what they can. The Diamond player is not going to make this attack work, though. Second battlecruiser pops on out, more stalkers blink in, but yeah, there's just too much. SCV repairing this BC, keeping it alive. And yeah, the Diamond player is pretty much going to lose everything. He never transitioned. He never queued up more probes, despite having the money. And yeah, AlphaStar's in a pretty darn good spot with Stimpack done, Combat Shield about to finish up, all these barracks getting online. And that's where it's really going to become problematic. The two battlecruisers actually teleport back into the main base of the Diamond player, going to start massacring what few probes remain in this location. And yeah, there's nothing left in the main base for the Protoss player. It's desolate. These stalkers in the Immortal are going to try and push in to get something done, but this is Stim Bio. SCVs can be pulled en masse, and that is a lot of SCVs. AlphaStar up at 60 on two bases. Even tries to throw up a supply depot to wall that off. Gotta give it to AlphaStar for trying. SCV is gonna hug the eBay, make sure that +1 finishes. The BC is just working away on the main base. They can go to the natural, ensure there's no more warpins for the Diamond player, who now just throws up a third base, by the way. But yeah, these stalkers, the Immortal, are killing off quite a few SCVs, but it's not enough. It's not enough. If the Diamond player had macroed behind this, I'd say, yeah, maybe there's a chance, but there's not much of a chance as the third battlecruiser teleports in. Two stalkers are going to deal with 3 BCs? I don't think so. Recall goes down, what, that's 2-3 more stalkers coming home to help out, and the Diamond player taps on out. GG is called as AlphaStar is able to take the 2-0 against humanity as per usual. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this match, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Consider becoming a member, join the Discord, those are both linked down below. I shall see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. This has been LaughNgamez.